we had all special consultants coming to us and telling us how we have to redesign our cafeteria, how we need to talk to people, how we need to get dressed, which language to use, which language not to use. So suddenly this issue became a very scientific and very kind of remote for practice. And this is the only thing which I actually used, that very life hack. I tried to understand how the new generation was communicating and what their values.
But just even when we talk about the future of work, the one thing that we continue to get wrong is we segment generations and cohorts that are too large and inappropriate for the world into which we are moving into. So we still segment them in 15-year age cohorts. And if we're lucky, maybe we'll whittle them down to every 10 to 12 years. But in a world where technology is changing so quickly and knowledge is becoming outdated at such a quickening pace.
A lot of parents ask me, why won't my kid get a real job? Well, it's because they're hedging against an uncertain future. And so what happens for parents, unfortunately, though, in their minds, you want to communicate to this child strategies for being successful in the future. But the rules you were taught are no longer sufficient for success in this world.
The first point to consider is that the future of work is in fact secret code for the future of our values. And why is that? Because work is a global language. We all speak it. It's how we get to know each other. It's how we get comfortable, and it's how we tend to relate to one another. Work is also the most fundamental human act of what it is to be human. And it simply has to be, as the vast majority of our time spent is, if you're not sleeping, you're very likely performing some version of work.
And COVID has also accelerated a push for decentralized talent. So it's a much more competitive landscape than it was even 9 months ago. You're seeing very conservative industries suddenly recognizing that not only can they shift to work from home, they can also recruit from anywhere. And so the talent pools are growing, the competitiveness is growing, and people are rethinking the paradigms of how they are going to be operating.
Frankly, the students have this very one-dimensional view of what life success is after college. On the one side, they're very altruistic. They want to make a difference. They want to care for people and planet. I think all the data shows that. I believe everyone here knows this. But they're also still thinking about status and wealth. And they have little appreciation for what we know really can bring us life satisfaction, right? The meaningful relationships.
There's also a growing awareness of the mind and its requirements as the central and dominating factor in economic activity, which I don't think needs all that much explanation. Self-management, initiative, responsibility, self-direction, and high levels of consciousness and commitment to innovation and contribution as top priorities.